It's early in the season, but I just couldn't wait to talk about Adam Jiříček and show his game. I was a big fan of his brother, David, in his draft year, and I think I'll have the same appreciation for Adam's game this season. He also projects to become an effective two-way defenseman in the NHL, and potentially a high-end one too. He's a playmaker and he can defend too. He has his share of weaknesses, like other defensemen in this draft, but he's for sure one of the most exciting prospects available in the class. So in this video, we're going to take an early look at his game to see what his strengths are and what he will have to work on this season to become a top prospect. This video will be different than previous ones in this series. Instead of just looking at one game, I picked the most interesting shifts of 5 different games. Tell me if you like this format better. This game against Sweden was one of Jiříček's best internationally. He's wearing number 4 here. He's arriving in the D-zone off a line change and going on the attacker about to receive the puck to take away his stick. But it's really his offensive play that's interesting here. His team controls the puck and Jiříček, anticipating a shot, heads to the net to get his stick on a rebound. That's a very aggressive play, as now, if the puck gets away from his team, it's a clear breakaway for the opposition. But that's the kind of play that Jiříček likes to gamble on a little bit. And here's another aggressive play. He sees the defender driving at him, fakes a shot to beat him, and then makes another feint to reach his teammate across the ice with a pass. Here, the puck gets rimmed around the D-zone and Jiříček gets it across the ice. Watch him scan to find his options and plan his next move. He beats a couple of forecheckers with a few well-placed puck touches and enables his team to attack and get a shooting chance from the slot. The other team breaks out, so he prepares his rush defense. He has good posture and his stick is in front of him, but he's not overextending and he finishes his check. Maybe he could have closed this gap earlier, but as he was outnumbered, it was probably best for him to play the sequence as he did. I mostly picked this next shift for the first play. This was again a pretty risky move, as if he loses the puck, the other team might get a great scoring chance the other way. But I like overall how he pulled off this maneuver. When he saw that he was about to lose the puck, he neutralized the stick of the first opponent and turned to seal the puck from both defenders before passing back to his teammate who skated behind. On that play, he showed stick handling and puck protection skills and anticipation too. After that, he backs up a bit, but of course, not for long. His team wins the puck, it gets to the slot, and you see Jiříček come down in a low posture to get a shooting chance. It's already quite clear in these first 3 shifts that Jiříček does not hesitate to support the offense in every possible way. Jiříček can hold his own in defensive situations too. He matches the cutback of the opponent here, stays on his feet, and carries the puck up ice. He tries a pass across, I think, but it deflects down to the opposition, so he regroups as his team tries to get the puck back. Jiříček gets it on a breakout, he moves it to his teammate behind the net to create some distance between his team and the forecheck, but the next pass is not very good, and it leads to a series of turnovers on both sides. Jiříček is pretty aware and aggressive as a defender. He keeps a tight gap with the play here to be able to jump on a puck carrier instantly, and he keeps track of his man at the same time. He circles the net, looks for an option, but he doesn't find anything, so he forces this pass down the middle. That's not a very good decision. It leads to a scoring chance and a penalty. Just like his brother, Adam loves to shoot from the point. He's probably going to have a cannon of a shot when he matures.
She'll never got through. Bouncing puck available. Jiříček again. He'll curl around. Jiříček delays. Another good shot block. Moran trying to settle it down. Slovakia a little bit pinned right.
But at this point, I don't feel like Jiříček is great at actually finding and creating lanes for his shots. Many of his releases have been blocked by defenders in the games I've watched. But I bet that it's something that he's going to really improve during his draft season. He has pretty good vision already, and he can fake defenders one-on-one. So for him, it's mostly about learning to use his multiple skills to escape defenders and find plays, like he does here. This is a good breakout pass. Again, it was a pretty complicated play, maybe unnecessarily so, but he once again showed that he can resist pressure and make plays around opponents. This shift starts with another attack from Jiříček. He catches this puck in flight and then skates down to fire a backhand shot on net as the other team collapses on him.
Held in by Czechia. Backhand try, side of the net, and Penner was shut down. Šimik.
His team keeps possession of the puck, and you can see Jiříček load his shot at the point again. If he gets the puck, you know where it's going next. And the sequence ends with a couple of rush defenses from him. He blocks the first play here with a good short pinch. He had support, so he could stand his ground like he did. And then he faces a second rush that he also stops. The reason why he has such a great gap with the opposition here is because he attacked up ice with his teammates first. That enabled him to close down his space with the opposition and manufacture this steal.
The reverse hit as he gave it to Jiříček. In comes shot, a shoot, score!
Jiříček showed a lot of poise with the puck in these first shifts from last season. He tried to create something offensively every chance he had. I like his awareness overall, offensively and defensively, and how aggressive he was in his choices of play. His main weakness was his risk management. He was too ambitious at times, and he did force some passes and shots. This is a pre-Holinka game, but I chose some shifts from it because it was a great performance from Jiříček. Here, the play moves to the defensive zone, and Jiříček is tracking the position. He gets the puck back and tries to create the exit between these two forecheckers. But there's too much pressure around him, so the play fails. He keeps defending, and we see the more physical side of his game here. He battles with his opponent, and then he gets in front of this other player as he goes to retrieve the puck to win it for himself. He absorbs a hit and then sends the puck ahead of his teammates to create the breakout. Jiříček really shows the extent of his offensive potential here. He gets the puck at the point and shoots waist high toward his teammate at the net to create a deflection play. The puck exits the zone, his goalie plays it, Jiříček gets it back, and he prepares his next entry. He carries the puck all the way in by taking advantage of all the seams the position gives him, and also by creating those seams with his skating patterns. I like that move especially. He fakes a wide or a drop pass, invites a defender to cover it, and then cuts inside in the space he created. He circles the zone looking for a play and settles at the point. He starts distributing the puck. Not much happens, until Jiříček gets the puck back. He tries to create new passing lanes and plays by coming down the wall, but his teammates aren't really moving all that much to help him. So instead, he tries a long saucer pass that almost works. We saw a lot of playmaking skills from Jiříček in this shift. He manipulated the defense, deceived it, and showed some technical passing skills. In this shift, we see Jiříček's defensive side again. He gaps up with his opponent and cuts him at the hands to separate him from the puck completely. There's a corner battle, and Jiříček once again tries to impose himself physically to win the puck back for his team. He does it with a hard shoulder and a quick pass, and then stays behind the net as an option for his teammate, who is stuck with two forecheckers. Jiříček offers an outlet, he gets the puck and sends it through the middle to a teammate attacking up ice. This last clip from this game shows Jiříček skating. You can see that he's pretty agile inside space. He opens up his feet, attracts defenders, shifts away from them, and then turns back inside space, creating enough separation to land this cross-ice pass. But there's also a limit to Jiříček's skating ability right now. He can pull off a series of feints against defenders and skate in a 10-2 like this, but he doesn't have an explosive cutback ability at lower speeds. That's because of his higher stance on his skates, and probably because he lacks a bit of strength. But even if Jiříček doesn't have as much one-on-one potential offensively as other defensemen in this draft, the playmaking skills are there in his game. That's another great pass that springs his teammate for a shot. He then recovers the puck on the wall. He misses a first pass here, but he holds on to possession under pressure and looks for another play that he could make. He finds one behind the net. He's going to get another great playmaking opportunity, but I can't really explain what he's going to try to do. There are times when Jiříček is a bit too creative. He makes up for this last missed play on this next shift, however. His team attacks in the zone, he comes in as a trailer, evades the first defender, takes the puck around the net, spots his teammate at the far post, finds the lane and sends the puck there for a great scoring chance. In the Holinka finals, Jiříček didn't show his offensive skills as much, but he had a few good moments still, like here. That's a good read of the play and timing on this poke check. He showed his reach here and the power of his first step. The opposition attacks again, Jiříček is across the ice, so he just maintains his spot while keeping track of his men. The puck comes to him, he goes behind the net to protect it, and tries a first bank pass that fails. But he finds the puck again, escapes with it, and pulls off the second bank pass. That's a great play. There wasn't a way for him to reach his teammate directly. The lane was close, but he adapted on the fly. His pass lands directly ahead of his teammate, and he only has to skate into it. Jiříček has to work on his risk management and decision making during the season. He has to force fewer plays and become stronger, like most other prospects. But after watching him last year and at the Holinka this season, it's clear that he has a lot more potential strengths than weaknesses. He could develop into a strong playmaker from the back end, both at the offensive line and on breakouts. He has the deception and the technical passing skills and stick-handling abilities to set up teammates and create chances for himself. He's always very offensively involved too. He jumps in the play off the rush and in all areas of the offensive zone. His defensive game also looks quite projectable, especially one-on-one. He closes his gap quickly and doesn't hesitate to engage opponents physically. That's a really good sign at his age. Jiříček has everything he needs to become a top 4 NHL defenseman. In about a year, if all goes well with his development and he performs at a high level this season, he could be the first defenseman selected at the draft. So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. And if you want more prospects coverage, you can check out eprinkside.com.